one and all present here and watching this video. My name is Vivek Yadav. I'm pursuing BALB from Maharishi University. The topic for my presentation is judicial separation. The content which we cover in this video are definition, ground for judicial separation, effect of separation, why consider judicial separation, difference between judicial separation and divorce. First, definition. A judicial separation is a legal separation. By that, a family is formally separated despite being lawfully married. It means that you are formally separated, but you're still lawfully married. It simply means that you are just formally separated from your married life. It's typically known as divorce from bed and board. The separation is granted within the style of a writ. However, that separation isn't granted for any normal reason. Let's take an example. If a person is caught in an adultery, then that person is under the ground of judicial separation. Section 10 of the Hindu Marriage Act states legal separation, which also known as judicial separation. It provides that either party to a marriage can file a petition before court for such a relief or any of the subsequent grounds. Grounds for judicial separation are adultery, cruelty, and desertion. In adultery, it is also known as extramarital sex. It is voluntary sexuality between two persons who aren't lawfully married to each alternative and one among whom is married to a different person. Thus, extramarital sex may be committed by the husband with a woman whether married or not, or by the married woman with any man whether married or not. The second is cruelty. Cruelty is also outlined as the conduct of such character cause damage to life, limb, or health. This damage can be caused by mental abuse or physical abuse. So, as to determine a case of cruelty against her husband, the married woman should prove quite simply isolated act of violence. The third ground is desertion. The stop of inhabitancy led to by the act of the deserting partner can be cause for the judicial separation. In the case of wife, she is entitled to the set relief of the verdict of the following two extra grounds also. First, that the husband has, since the ritual of wedding, being guilty of rape, perversion, or bestiality. Second, that a decree or order has been passed against the husband, subsidizing maintenance to the better half, below Section 18 of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956, or in continuing below Section 125 CRPC, and since the passing of the decree or order, inhabitancy between the parties has not been resumed for 1 year or upwards. That her wedding was solemnized before she earned the age of 15 years, and she or he has disowned the wedding once attaining the age of 18 years. Effect of separation. Separation isn't as equivalent as divorce. However, it will have the same impact with relevance, inheritance, or new contracts. Any property, non-inheritance, following the separation is disposed of by the married person as if she or he were unmarried. Equally, if the married person dies intestate, the property would be distributed among his or her heir, especially as if the husband or wife were also deceased. While considering judicial separation, judicial separation are quite uncommon. However, there are a number of reasons why some individuals favor legal separation over divorce. First point, you will be able to still have a legal separation if you have been married less than 1 year. For example, in divorce, you can only get divorced after you complete 1 year of your marriage. But in judicial separation, you can file before 1 year. Second point, it is less stressful than divorce. However, still permit for the division of your assets. Third, the court will rule on sure aspects of the separation, like the sale of the married home. Fourth, if one person objects to divorce on religious ground, judicial separation is an alternative. Difference between judicial separation and divorce. In judicial separation, one can file a petition at any time post-marriage. But in divorce, one can file only after completion of 1 year of marriage. In judicial separation, only one stage of judgment. If the ground are satisfied, decree granted. But in divorce, judgment is a two-step process. First, reconciliation. Second, divorce. In judicial separation, temporary suspension of marriage is done. But in divorce, the marriage comes to an end. In judicial separation, one cannot remarry after the passage of decree. But in divorce, one can remarry once decree is in favor of divorce or the divorce is passed. In judicial separation, divorce is a ground, and in judicial separation the possibility